Hey y'all, subscribe to my channel. I'm the only one covering the OTC and pink sheet markets exclusively. Okay, you guys, today we are talking about Max Sound, MAXD. Look out. So, good times. They released the 10K today. Of course, and basically all it says is that Greg paid himself $288,000 so 100% of the revenue that came into the company went into Greg's pocket. Of course, he got kicked out of the house. He's got nowhere to go. So of course he has to embezzle from the company, and he did it. So some interesting notes regarding this, and I gotta give a shout out to some friends for pointing this stuff out. They don't want to be named, but shout out to you guys anyway. So Greg mentions the movie studio. We all know this is a scam. It's a BS deal, but there's no warning, on that movie studio deal like there is with the Hyundai Moto deal, which we all know was a scam, and that didn't happen. And we all know that the guy that running Hyundai Moto is a scam. I don't know, Divine Maffa, whatever. I mean, he's a scam artist, and Greg's a scam artist too. So I mean, they got off really well together for a while. So, and he's talking about off-balance sheet arrangements, and because everything that Greg does is an off-balance sheet arrangement. So every time he tries to put together a deal or screws up a deal is because he's trying to get side things from the deal. So he gets something to benefit from the deal personally instead of from the company, which is why all these deals fold, which is why Greg is out. And oh, by the way, I've learned that Greg, the hammer is coming down on Greg. Oh, and by the way, turns out if the hammer doesn't come down on Greg by Friday, it turns out the lawsuit that I am doing, that I'm filing a derivative action against Max Sound, will be filed on Monday. If you want to join that lawsuit, it is absolutely free. I'm doing it all by myself. It's all coming out of me, and the cost is coming out of me. If you want to join it, contact me, and I will have you. If you are a shareholder, you can join the derivative action, which will be filed on Monday. If Greg is not out. If Greg is out by Friday, I'm not filing it. But if Greg is not out by Friday, then I will be filing it on Monday. Join it. It's free. And the other thing is that a friend of mine is a shareholder in Max Sound. He bought a bunch of shares on my advice, but he also turns out he's a private investigator, and we're going to be playing a game is Where's Greg? And every month or so, every couple of months, we're going to be doing a thing called Where's Greg, and where we find him, via the universe out there. So we're going to give you his address and information and all that after he gets, because he's already kicked out of the house and that place, and because Greg is currently homeless. Well, that's his own fault, of course, but it is what it is. Hey, Greg. You effed with the wrong people. So anyway, while all revenues were going to Greg over the last year, he's trying to work out his exit strategy and side deals to get money because, the company went south. I mean, the problem is, or one of the issues with the company is that the tech is very solid. I mean, the sound technology, again, if you're in Southern California, you want a sample, we can meet up. I'll meet with you and I'll give you a sample of the technology so you understand why it's absolutely out of this world. And that's just the sound tech. That's not including, and the new sound tech that is coming out is even better. So I don't have access to that, but I can give you, the current sound tech so you see what I'm talking about. It is absolutely out of this world. It's absolutely unfortunate that some scam artist like Greg was in charge of this company. If someone else was, we would have had a ton of sales at this point, and MAXD would be everywhere. Funny thing is, when after Greg was kicked out of the house, they found Molly and ecstasy and empty capsules in the house because he's a drug addict and he's got problems. The other thing is that so there's 6 million convertible notes in the 10K that was released. Typically in 10Ks, we know who those convertible notes are held by. Here we don't, because Greg is playing shell games and he's a scam artist. Anyway, that's I think most of it here. For those that decided to hang out for the end, I got a really hilarious side note here. Greg was in a deposition 2 weeks ago, which he stood up and walked out of 45 minutes into the depot after being absolutely exposed as a liar, and he couldn't take it, so he just got up and left. That'll cost him. Those attorneys, the room, the recorder, the guy, the lady or person that was, typing it up as they were going along, all that's going to be charged onto Greg. This information is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and none of the content here should be construed as financial advice or an offer or solicitation for securities.